Welcome back to Weird Word Wednesday. In today's episode, we'll be talking about 3 words with the letters B and T. B and T are also words, but we'll talk about that later. Hi, I'm Leanne Gallant, and my mission is to share the English language with the world. You can help me do that by liking this video, subscribing over here to my channel, and by telling 2 friends about Share the English. Okay, let's get started. Today's 3 words are debt, doubt, and subtle. All of them have B's, but the B's are silent. Debt, D-E-B-T, doubt, D-O-U-B-T, and subtle, S-U-B-T-L-E. These words would be difficult to say with the B. Debt would be debt, and doubt would be doubt, and subtle would be subtle. So none of them sound very good. Debt actually came from the French word dette, D-E-T-T-E, and we had no B in it, but back in the 15th or 16th century, scholars wanted to make it seem more like the Latin roots that it came from and added the B back in. But people just kept saying debt the way they had grown used to, and that's how we say it still today. Let's look at each of these 3 words now. Debt. Debt is money that you owe someone. For example, the family had no debt other than their mortgage and their car loan. So that means they didn't owe any money to anyone except the bank because they had a loan on their car and a mortgage, which is also a loan, on their house. Doubt. The word doubt has 2 definitions. The first is a noun. It's a feeling of uncertainty or a lack of confidence. For example, John had doubt about whether or not he had made the right decision. He was unsure or uncertain. He was doubtful. The other meaning is to be unsure about something or to question its truth. For example, I doubt it will rain today because the sky is clear. So you doubt it will rain, but you're not completely sure because clouds could move in later in the day. The word subtle means not obvious or easy to notice, delicate or indirect. For example, the artist used subtle shades of blue to create a peaceful atmosphere in the painting. Or, she gave him a subtle hint that she wasn't interested in the conversation by looking away several times. There are a few other words that have the B-T combination where the B is not silent. For example, obtain and obtrude, but those are kind of easier to say because they have a vowel after the T, so it's 2 syllables, obtain, much easier to pronounce. I mentioned that B and T are also words. They're letters, B and T, but B has 2 other meanings. The verb to be, I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, they are, you are, and the insect, the bee, that buzzes around. Bzz. Also, T has 2 meanings other than just being a letter. There's tea that we drink, like coffee and tea, and there's also a golf tee that's used sometimes to raise your ball up above the grass when you're playing golf. If you'd like the bonus materials that include all the phrasal verbs I've used in this video, and any difficult words and phrases, and an accurate transcript of the video, go to sharetheenglish.com and enter your email address. Thanks for listening to this week's version of Weird Word Wednesday. Please tell me in the comments where you're from. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tell 2 friends about Share the English. See you next week.